Hi, welcome. Welcome to this tarot reading. I'm not sure what kind of a reading we're going to do today, so let's see what happens. Ah, interesting. These are some hectic cards right off the bat, but anyways, these are not what we're going to be using. But okay, how about we don't. I'm not going to say anything. I don't feel like talking much today, so I'm not going to say anything. Maybe it just be a reading where I show you the cards. Where I show you the cards and you see how it makes you feel. These are the decks that I was called to take out today. By the way, it's a beautiful deck. Some of you are looking for some strength. So whoever is looking for some strength, something to hold on to, something to tether to. Okay. Innocence. Hold on to your innocence. Okay, I'm going to keep this aside since we're done with the innocence part. And later maybe I'll read what innocence means from this. Oh, some of you want to know something about love? Love? Okay. Some things are happening. It's difficult. Okay. Hurting in love. This is such a cute card. Look at that. The turtle. Isn't that gorgeous? It's almost like patches of sunlight. You know, when you walk under trees and then the tree kind of sees some sunlight onto the ground. Looks like that. Don't you think? Like those little patterns that it makes. Turtle and coriander. Coriander. I wonder what this means. This we're definitely gonna read. We're gonna read what this means. Okay, maybe we're gonna read this right now. So this first, and then we read for innocence. Also, I don't know if all cards do this, and I don't know if you saw what this card just did, but you know when you place it and then it's like, yeah, and it does that. I think that's so cute, and sometimes it happens for. Did you see that? I find that really romantic and sweet. Okay. Yes, we're gonna read this first. Why? Why am I holding it against the camera? Because why not? Why should I not hold this against the camera? Beautiful. The turtle and the coriander, meaning satisfaction. Oh, even in this black and white one, look at how the yellow is just popping. It's coming alive. Anyways, the turtle and the coriander calls us to be satisfied with what we have been given or what we have achieved. It invites a moment of rest and reflection. Perhaps due to Aesop's fable, the turtle and the hare. Turtles are a symbol of patience and good health. In this folktale, the slow but determined tortoise wins its race against the speedy but distracted rabbit. Man, I'm sure, I think that was one of the first stories with a moral that I heard, animal based and whatnot, and what a ghisa pita story is what I used to think as a child, but yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense in this day and age. If you know, you know. Everybody's in a hurry, and now we're all slowing down. We're all realizing we should slow down. But anyways, the tortoise and the hare. Yeah, the slow but determined tortoise wins its race against the speedy but distracted rabbit. The turtle triumphs by pacing himself, illustrating the adage, slow and steady wins the race. Similarly, in the Victorian language of flowers, coriander indicates concealed worth, reminding us that things may not always be as they appear. Things may not always be as they appear. Yeah, take how that resonates. In other words, a dedicated tortoise who puts in the work can achieve just as much, if not more, than the swiftest rabbit. The dedicated tortoise can put in just as much work. Who puts in just as much work can achieve. A dedicated tortoise who puts in the work can achieve just as much as if not more than the swiftest rabbit. Okay, do not hate me for repeating that several times. I was just trying to see if there's of course we all get the first layered meaning, but is there another meaning to it? I think the other meaning to it is just keep at it. Don't get distracted by everything that's coming your way or whatever ideas are being thrown at you by social media or even by a social circle, or what you perceive as what is being forced by you. Half the time what you think society is forcing on you is just I don't know, your shadows playing out, We all believe a certain thing, but we don't think we believe it, and then we project it onto society, and then we fall into traps till we finally let go of that belief. But just keep at it. It's about satisfaction. Maybe what you're looking for through this love, because this was a love, kind of a heartbreak, pain in love sort of, question, advice from spirit. Satisfaction is probably going to come from looking like this tortoise who's probably under the sun. He's not. I'm just trying to really push that idea to everybody. But yeah, it's not going to come from chasing whoever you think. I know you're not chasing them, but whatever that little thought you have of them, let go, man. Satisfaction lies elsewhere. Maybe we don't know it now, but we'll figure it out. I'm here. I'm also figuring it out. Upright, slow down and enjoy the journey. Avoid rushing towards your goals for the sake of winning. Avoid rushing towards your goals for the sake of winning. Hmm. Arrive in your own time. That's it. You don't need reverse. Who needs reverse? A question maybe that we can ask, you can ask yourself is, am I rushing things or am I honoring my own pace? That can be a journaling prompt. You don't need to answer the question, but you can write probably an entire page or 2 pages as an answer to that question, attempting to answer it. So maybe by the end of it, you do not figure out what your exact pace is. You don't realize that, oh, I run at like 2 days per task or whatever it is. That doesn't matter. It's not about getting the metrics of your pace. It's about embodying what you already know about yourself. You know when you need to slow down. You don't need anybody else to tell you what you need to do. But we're all here to remind you. So, yeah, I'll see you later, Turtle. I'll miss you. For the mouse and the buttercup. The buttercups are so pretty. And the yellow too. Look at the mouse. Oh my god. Reminds me of my dog. Everything. Almost every animal reminds me of my dog. Nothing new. He's a pet parent. Okay, I'm gonna leave this here. Oh, I didn't realize. Did you notice? It's the first card. You were asking for strength. Something to hold on to. Something to tether yourself to. It's the first card. Some may say, in the tarot deck, 0 is the Fool's card. It's the first card. It's the Fool's journey. You're embarking on something new. Let go of everything. Don't tether yourself to anything. And even the Fool's card has a lot of, innocence. A lot of symbols that denote innocence. That's so interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm just not able to talk, but all the ideas are coming to me and I hope they're reaching you. Or I hope they're reaching you via whichever way they're supposed to reach. And let's read the mouse and the buttercup. Ooh, look what I found. Like the fool in a tarot deck, the mouse and buttercup is numbered 0. Both cards mark the start of a journey. Yeah. And both remind us that we have much to learn. Mice are grounded and innocent. Yet anyone who has dealt with a mouse in their house knows they are determined and highly adaptable. The mouse is paired with a humble buttercup, a symbol of childhood innocence. Have you ever held a buttercup under your chin? According to a centuries-old children's game, if the reflection of the flower glows yellow on your skin, it reveals that you like butter. Wow. I mean, okay, so what about the brown skin people? I don't think the yellow will really show. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, the more tan you are, like as you go from like wheatish to a lot of melanin in your skin tone, the reflection's probably not gonna show up that way, but it's okay. Doesn't matter. We don't know what their preferences are. Maybe they don't like butter, or maybe it doesn't matter. But if you have a buttercup around you without plucking the flower, if you can just, go and just bend and tuck your chin under a flower and see, take a mirror or ask your brother or your sister to take a photo, because they're totally jobless. They're a younger sibling, by the way. Yeah. No, check it out. Let me know if this barter thing is for real. Upright, you may be embarking on a journey or starting down a new path. Remember that innocence and a lack of understanding are not negative qualities. Oh, that's so sweet. Remember that innocence and a lack of understanding are not negative qualities. Instead, they remind us of our capacity for growth, adaptability, and learning. Yeah. See, as a society, we tend to not maybe value innocence, but I don't think there are very many, you know, societies that value innocence anyways. Certain set qualities are valued, I get that. But the thing is, even though it's really rewarding for us personally to hold on to innocence, right? Personally, like especially as an artist or something, it really benefits you to be innocent. I'm not talking about naive. I'm not talking about naive. And naive is also not something you can choose to be, right? I feel like innocence is something you can choose over and over again, possibly after a heartbreak or after people quote unquote betraying you or letting you down. You can still choose to trust, you can still choose to carry a fresh energy rather than being bogged down, right? And it's not just the act of choosing, you also have to work on it and keep yourself light energetically and several other things to retain that innocence. But yeah, we're not rewarded really to like hold on to our innocence, and kids are also, at least when I was younger, kids were encouraged to grow up really fast. And if you act like an adult, you're smarter, and if you talk like an adult, you're somehow more valuable, and all that. And we're always in a hurry to grow up. We can we can grow up. There's nothing wrong in becoming an adult and stepping into the adult world, but doing that, retaining your innocence, retaining your authenticity, you know, retaining your playfulness, just being silly sometimes, not being silly because you're gonna get likes. Now that is different. I think we all have gotten really good at being silly because we get likes, but sometimes just being silly are, yeah, maybe no one will get it, but be silly, be innocent. You don't know, maybe like the card says, in this new beginning, it's gonna be highly beneficial for you to be innocent. Try that out. Try everything out. Mouse and Buttercup, you're so cute. You're so cute. You're so cute. I wish I could show my dogs these tarot cards or these oracle cards. Hmm. Do you think? I know they can't see all colors. They're essentially color blind, but what if they could? How would they feel? What do dogs think is cute? Okay. Anyways. Okay. Um, this heartbreak person or people or set of people looking for some guidance. I'm gonna take some guidance. Okay. Those guys don't wanna come or they want to show up. They just don't wanna come. Okay. That's odd. And I've never done that, but let's see. These are big cards. This is the Sufi deck. I love the major arcana illustrations on them, so I got them. Like they're gorgeous. They're gorgeous, by the way. Okay. Hmm. What guidance can I give them? But first, tell me what must be their situation so I can understand, and whoever this reading makes sense, we can stay back at your choice, you know. What's the situation? What's happening? I think someone's moved on before you have. And I don't mean moved on in the sense that with someone else, but somehow feels like they're not hurting as much. Somehow feels like they've moved on with whatever they wanted to follow. But you're here hoping, waiting. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. But a part of you still waiting. I understand. And of course, you're feeling defensive, you're feeling a certain way. But they seem to have stepped into their glow up, or whatever they think is glow up, or they're following their passion. But it's okay. It's not about them, y'all. It's not about them. I'm glad they found what they wanted to do, right? And I'm glad that we know that you're looking for satisfaction. You're looking for satisfaction. This is you. Four chimbus of biryani. Right? And you're looking away. Whoever this person is a little shallow. I have to tell you. Like, I don't know. I mean, I get it. They're in really cool places, doing really cool things, and right, with their man bun and whatnot. But they might be a little shallow for you. But that's okay. It was wonderful while it lasted. I'm sure you learned a lot, and memories and everything, but none of that is showing. I'm just that's a very gentle statement, right, about learning. But you seem like the person who tries to learn, who puts their heart on the line. Do I need to know anything more about the situation? Is that you right now? By the way, this is one of my favorite cards from the deck. Like, I just somehow take it. Sometimes I just take it out and look at it. So, is that you right now? Is that you? Miss/Mr. Satisfaction? Huh? What are we worrying about? Huh? Why don't you eat your biryani? Call your friends over for some dawat. Look at that. There's a lot of biryani out there. Come on. Let this man bun do what he wants to. It'll all work out. Yeah. Okay, I don't even want him around. Can we send him back? He's a little boring. I'm sorry if I'm hurting your feelings, but just your girlfriend here. It's a little boring, little shallow. Like, best of luck to him, but little shallow. Okay, bye. See you. Have fun. Okay. So, that's you. I get it. You're quite pretty. Very pretty. And you love agarbattis. That's not what it means, but Nine of Staffs, you're feeling defensive. Or maybe you're not feeling defensive sometimes. You're feeling like you've conquered everything. There's a bit of a yo-yo, but you're on the other side of it. That much I can tell you. Because when it's upright, this doesn't feel like you. This feels like your past energy. Sometimes, maybe right now, while you're watching this reading. Again, I'm not talking much because I want you to receive these messages intuitively. But this one, you're like, what? Look at the view outside the window. Damn, that's the view I want. Where are y'all? Invite me. Invite me over. This is crazy. I love this view. I love that candle. Take care of the placemat. Yeah, because it's melting. But keep at it. Keep at it. It's gorgeous what you're doing. It's gorgeous how you've turned everything around. It's like you're making magic. This is the magician card. You're the alchemist. Come on, come on. Turn lead into gold. Any other advice? Do you want to know the future outcome? Okay, I'll tell you the immediate future outcome of. I'm gonna place this like that. So what happens after this? What does the magician lead to? Is what I want to know. What does them being in the magician? What does them being in the magician archetype lead to? I mean, of course, it will lead to success. Like, well, I mean, of course, like, you can manifest anything. Anything. Come on. Like, don't we know that? Don't we know that? Don't we know we can? Okay. Girl! Page of coins. Page of coins. You're gonna ground yourself. You're gonna ground yourself with some wealth, with some financial decisions. You're gonna literally be growing and watering your own garden. How beautiful is that? And there are already flowers. It's in bloom. It's not been long. It's not been long since, the inevitable, the breakup or separation has happened, but it's already blooming. I'm gonna say money. I'm gonna say you're taking your first solid financial step, and I'm very proud of you. The first steps are always the most difficult ones, and they don't get credit. You got this. Okay. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I just want you to see this. I want you to see what's happening. Sometimes you feel this way. Just go by the emotions on the face of the person as you're receiving these intuitive messages. And if it doesn't resonate, feel free to click away, by the way. Because it may resonate with somebody. Looky at that. Looky at that. It's such a faint energy, just like the wisp of the biryanis, this agarbatti and all that. Look at that. This is anyways taking up so much more space energetically, by the way. That must be you too. Mentally, you're here. You're here. You're here. $70 to 80% of the time you're here. And you got there yourself. Sometimes we feel this way, but that's okay. That's life. And now you know how to deal with it, so you got this. This is a form of Devi. You know what's interesting? When I had a really difficult breakup and I had to turn things around, this is exactly the form of Devi that showed up. She's protecting you. She's fiercely protecting you. That's beautiful.